Samoa Joe. We've seen in the past what this man will do when he gets desperate. Of course, I don't know if you can forget Samoa Joe's championship reign. I mean, remember, franchise player, and Samoa Joe had a huge war last year at Beach Party Sim and a bloodshed. But unfortunately, the franchise player never really proved himself that he was better than Samoa Joe. But the first time at Beach Party Sim, Samoa Joe was victorious, but then at bloodshed it came to a draw. And I'm sure Samoa Joe is definitely going to want to do it. He has to go to Pandemonium as a UWA champion again. Of course, he didn't get the opportunity last year because last year at Claim to Fame 2008, remember that match from Vampiro and Samoa Joe, he was screwed by Von Creed. So Von Creed had that pleasure of winning the UWA as a champion. And look at this, Samoa Joe is mounting punches here. Typical MMA fashion here. Rampage on the receiving end, those punches to the face, those hard lefts and rights onto the face. And now he's going for this camel clutch. I don't know, I can't really say Rampage ever found himself on the receiving end of a camel clutch in the octagon. And look at this, Rampage finding a way to battle back, using his strength. These two well-conditioned athletes definitely going to put on a huge clinic here tonight. Samoa Joe rolling the body of Rampage more towards the center of the ring and inflict more punishment here. Avoid those ropes. Samoa Joe takes him back down that clothesline and applies the knee. Keeping up this pressure here. Now this elbow drop in the cover here. Doesn't bother hooking the leg. That could cost him. It does. As Rampage able to kick out. All he had to do is just jerk the shoulder up just barely, and the referee is forced to stop the count. And look at Samoa Joe here. This full Nelson. Look at Rampage with the strength of Rampage is uncanny. Anything I've ever seen before. Not anyone can out-muscle the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Of course, recently Von Creed has been going on a rant talking about how Rampage doesn't belong in the UWA because he's a mixed martial artist, not a wrestler. Oh, look at that! Samoa Joe, that curb stomp. And now Samoa Joe throwing, mixed martial arts and wrestling aside with his vicious, dirty, brawling tactics we saw momentarily. Rampage finding a way to battle back through it all. Because recently Von Creed's been going on a rant talking about how Rampage is a disgrace of UWA because he's not he's not a professional wrestler, and a man shouldn't just waltz in and become UWA champion without proving himself prior to a UWA championship match. But you know what Von Creed fails to remember is that even though Rampage is in UFC and is a well-known mixed martial artist, Rampage does have a professional wrestling background, and we saw just now how evident that was. And we saw how Rampage found a way to battle out of the camel clutch and the full Nelson, which are not mixed martial arts, but professional wrestling submission holds. So obviously, Rampage is a well-known, has quite knowledge in the squared circle. Of course, because even if he's in the UFC, he's still going to go up against wrestlers, so he's going to have to know how to counter some of those maneuvers regardless. But here, Samoa Joe up top here, the reverse belly-to-belly suplex. Top rope there. Samoa Joe feeling it here, trying to feed off this crowd, chanting his name. Oh my, and just like that, cutting the momentum of Samoa Joe, that running boot. You've seen so many times, and he takes Samoa Joe down here. This crossface applied here, and again with this rope break. That's what I'm talking about, this, Rampage coming back from an MMA background in the octagon. There is no ropes. He has to remember that there are ropes in wrestling, and if they get the feet on the ropes, you have to break that hold. You see this entire match, Rampage has gotten so many, the referee's been telling him so many times to get the feet off the ropes, and Rampage is not listening because I guess he's just, not experienced enough in this ring. Look at this. It's Rampage rolling the big man over here, mounting the back of Samoa Joe. And again, these monsters are going to kill you, chants from the crowd trying to get behind Samoa Joe here. Samoa Joe down effortlessly again, trying to pop the shoulder out of its socket. His armbar, and Samoa Joe rolls it out of the way. Instead of going for some sort of leg lock, he just lets him up. Samoa Joe spinning his crap out. Look at this. And now just giving Rampage the boots there to stomps. Oh, now Samoa Joe with that turnbuckle there. And ever since Samoa Joe came back, ever since he came back, back at the end of January, before Swerve Despair, we saw a new side of Samoa Joe, a more vicious, a newer side of Samoa Joe we've never seen before. Someone having a dirty side to him. And look at this. And Samoa Joe with a shot to the back head, busting Rampage open. These mounted punches from the rear. And we knew this fight was going to get bloody. We knew one of these, or even both of them, were going to be one of the Crimson Mask by the end of this match. I mean, these two men, perhaps can throw the most meanest punches in all of UWA. Well, of course, aside from Goman and Gunter Wolf. But look at Samoa Joe with a pin here. And Rampage battling out after that onslaught. Oh, look at this. Referee Robert Sweeney telling Samoa Joe that was a 2 count. Of course, sometimes it's not a smart idea to turn your back to your opponent and argue with the referee. Again, the inexperience here from Rampage, getting Samoa Joe, choosing to do that armbar near the ropes. And Samoa Joe easily, he didn't even have to move to get the arm in. He just landed on the ropes, forcing Rampage to break that. He's going to have to learn not to do that if he wants to remain UWA champion here. Samoa Joe got hung up on the top turnbuckle. Rampage coming from behind again. Now look, it's Rampage with this full Nelson here on Samoa Joe. The tides are turned here. And look at Samoa Joe muscles out of it. Oh my God. Two matching each other blow for blow. And Samoa Joe able to get the legs up there. Decapitating Rampage. Push Rampage over, but Rampage gets right back up. Joe going from behind again here. Oh my God. Back suplex to Rampage. See, Samoa Joe was smart. He's purposely rolling Rampage, keeping him in the dead center of the ring. And he knows the submission holds going to extend the body. He's making it that much closer to the rope, so that meaning he's going to have to get your opponent to the center of the ring. And look at Samoa Joe here. Rampage in the corner. Oh my, here it is, folks. The muscle buster to Rampage. That could be all. Cover, nowhere near the ropes. Hooks the leg here. And that's a 2 and a, oh my. Somehow, Rampage getting the shoulder up. Look at this, Rampage finding a way to bow back off that muscle buster. Now in 10 seconds after finding himself on the receiving end of the muscle buster, already finding his way to bow back. And now Rampage with the STF here, this crossface. On a Samoa Joe just enters from the ropes, but somehow Samoa Joe finding a way to battle back. And now Rampage is giving those kicks, those punches to the gut, the big gut of Samoa Joe. And now takes him down this armbar. And now Rampage. I can't believe how a man like Rampage can find a way to still keep going after finding himself on the receiving end of the muscle buster. It's dropping your entire back right on the mat, bending your neck. And look at that shot, that last shot of the turn off. Samoa Joe was busted open, and there it is, folks. It's like I personally predicted that both these men would get bloody before this match was be over. And now Rampage turning things around once again on Samoa Joe. I guess changed his mind about trying to crotch Samoa Joe there. Oh yes, talking about that T-bone suplex, that exploder. Taking a page out of All-Star Badman's book there. Rampage on the store here. Got to fall over that kick to the face. Oh, that's Rampage is feeding off the momentum of this crowd here, despite this mixed crowd here. And Kemwan, both
fans going over Rampage as we speak, of that vicious kick to the gut.
And did you see that? I mean, what kind of moves have you ever seen that can just launch a big 300-pounder across the ring like that with ease? And look at that exchange. Look at Rampage hooks the leg. It can be all from that. No. Saw those slaps. It's embarrassing Samoa Joe. Those slaps to the face followed by that spinning kick. Flying Muay Thai kick.
Should rub off here. The sidewalk slam. Now the wrestling aspect of this match is coming to play out. Samoa Joe turning things around, throwing submission into the win and doing more devastating moves here, and more focusing on the lower extremities.